Okay, we're going to look at a few more points between Carter and Arthur from the lens of directional. So here we see that Arthur is serving, and we'll just roll it forward. That was a second serve. Okay, so Arthur wins this point. Now, let's take another look, and I'm going to pause it at a few moments. So, with the serve. Okay, this is an inside backhand, but maybe Carter doesn't feel like he can attack on his backhand as well. So, the choice here to the middle is not a bad one. The ball is back to the middle. Now, what Arthur just did there was reasonably clever, because he hits the ball back to the middle, but he hits it not exactly to the middle, so that in order to get an inside forehand, Carter has to run around it, which he does. Now Carter here makes the wrong choice. Why? Okay, he has an inside forehand, and so he can change direction and go either way. But we remember that the net is higher here, and the court is shorter. It looks more open, but so Arthur is kind of even baiting Carter into going in this direction. But why is it? It's first of all a slightly lower percentage shot. He has to get the ball up over the net more quickly and then down than it would be to go inside out. And second of all, look at what the angles are at this point once he goes there. Carter is here, and Arthur has this whole court open for a cross-court forehand. And when he hits cross-court, the ball will be going out and away from Carter, and Carter will have farther to run. There's always farther to run to cover a cross-court than a down-the-line ball, because the cross-court ball moves off the court. So Arthur goes cross-court, but he goes short. And now at this point, Carter very much wants to go over the low part of the net. If he can apply some pressure by going here and making Arthur come up with an outside backhand up the line in order to beat him, as he hustles to get there and cover it. Or he can go over the center, over the middle of the net, and take away the angle on his approach. Those are both valid plays, but what he doesn't want to do is go up the line, because he is closer to the net because the ball is short. The net is higher, and the court is shorter. There are 3 strikes against him going up the line here, and we know that Carter has some trouble bringing in the topspin on his forehand at times. And yet that's what he attempts to do, to take that ball up the line, and he misses the shot. Okay. So the takeaway for Carter here is that especially on his forehand side, he wants to be going over the low part of the net. If that means an inside out, if that means a cross-court forehand, he wants to pay attention to where he is, especially if the ball is short, because that's going to give him a better percentage chance to come into the net and let his long arms apply some pressure. Okay, here's another point. This time Carter serving from the far side. Serves up the middle. Goes there, an outside backhand, another outside backhand. Arthur takes it up the line. Carter this time approaches to the middle and puts away the overhead. So what we learn from this is, first of all, there's some nice choices here. That's a good ball from Arthur, neutralizing the serve. And this outside backhand rally. And now this is... Arthur can only have made this choice because he wants Carter to come into the net. But this is exactly what Carter wants. If he's rallying cross-court backhands, he wants Arthur to go up the line, because that means that the whole court is open for his best shot, his cross-court forehand. Now this time it's a little short, and he finds it difficult to get it all the way out here, so he goes to the middle. That's fine. He's going over a little bit of the lower part of the net. There's more court to work with. And he takes away the angle. But now Arthur here, he's going to lob, and he so wants, in this case, he's got a cross-court lob. He really ought to try and get this ball to Carter's backhand. Okay, if he has a cross-court lob, backhand to backhand, you really want to try and direct that off and make Carter's life harder. But he goes up the middle of the court, and Carter is able to put the ball away. Okay? So the takeaway, again, is that was a better approach. Carter was pushed. He was brought in with a short ball, and he comes over the low part of the net. And Arthur, when he has that lob from the middle of the court, really wants to try and get it to his opponent's backhand.